This ain't entertainment. This is a move. This is prophecy with a pulse. A soundtrack for the remnant. We don't just make music. We speak fire from the corners of the city to the gates of the kingdom. From survival to revival, from chemo chairs to dry bones rising. The Aurelius Radio ain't just about beats. It's about power. Power to heal. Power to rise. Power to remember who we really are. We're street bred, spirit led, anointed with the oil of war and peace. We don't fold. We don't flinch. We go gangster on fear. We go holy on sickness. We go full of flames for the people of Yah. So if you're tired of dead religion, if you're done with fake healing, if your soul been searching for the real sound of heaven, you just tapped in. This is your Aurelius. And this is the sound of faith on fire.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. Oh, this is not it. Hold on. Let me see. All right, there we go. Shabbat Shalom. Shalom. Welcome back to Rooted in Hebrew. My name is Mike. And today, we're talking about the buyout. A buyout, really. That's what it's going to boil down to being. We're stuck in a system. And it's global. This system that we're stuck in captivity is global. Everything that you look around, and truthfully, I got to give it to what's that brother name? Forgot that brother's name, but Truth Unedited. A couple of weeks ago, he did a show, and he was talking about the system and how we are really locked up in it. And in some of the smallest things, it's tied to the system. And I know that a few months ago, we had a discussion, and we was talking about how the telephone, from a plain, ordinary telephone, how this world went into the digital world. We went into the digital world, what, 2000, was it 2000? I think it was like early 2000. And in 2000, I forgot what, I think it was 2000. But then at the same time, while the digital was coming in, hey, we had that little Desert Storm thing, we had the Twin Tower thing. And so we had some distractions while they was instituting the digital age. Now the digital age then came in, and now we got ourselves hemmed up very badly. Very badly. Well, now we look from a scriptural standpoint. When the Most High said, to separate ourselves, have no part. Now we're starting to see. Now we're starting to understand. But then when you really try to disengage yourself from a system, brothers, some of the smallest things are the most difficult things to loose yourself from. Communications. We went from the telephone, where if you want to hear a person's telephone conversation, you literally had to tap into their lines. Literally, you had to get another phone, connect to their wires to listen to their conversation. That's not the case now. It is not the case. The communications level is so out there. It is unbelievable. So now, when you're talking about, when the Most High say separate yourselves, brothers, that is a very deep separation. It is. Communication, we see that, yes, communications is a necessity, but at the same time, the world has taken it and they use it against you. The world can fabricate, you said this and said that, because of what? The use of AI. It can mimic your voice. This buyout or getting out, brothers, you got to exert yourself, like the scripture says, to get into the door of life. This is what you got to get out of. It pays, it costs to live, and it costs to die. Period. That's one known fact that we have. It costs. Everything costs. And that's the captivity thing of it. Then with the colonization, hey, they got laws on every continent to dictate your whereabouts. So yeah, it's going to be an exertion that we go have to do if we plan on separating ourselves from this. There's not going to be the Most High saying, I'm going to bargain with this country to do this or to do that. No. The Most High moves along. He don't need the help of a country to free his people, to do good by his people. He doesn't need it. But we, on the other hand, we have to do something to keep ourselves so far away from the world, which in essence, at the same time, brothers and sisters, I mean, that's going to be wait a minute, I just thought about something. Where's my, let me see something. Wait a minute, hold on, what I do? Where's my chat? So right now, today I had to do it on my my phone, and I'm trying to pull up the chat. Ain't this about a trip? Let me see. Boom. No. Wow. I don't even see my chat on this thing. I'm sorry about that, brothers. It just dawned on me that it wasn't on. No. Oh wait. No. Ain't this about a trip? Let me do it this way. All right, there you go. Shalom, Sister Padia. I'm glad you made it in, Sister, and I see it now. Now, do you hear me, Sister Padia? Give me a 1 if you hear me. Boom. All right, I see it. All right, she's there already. Alrighty. All right, thanks a lot, sis. But this is we're in a very serious situation. You have other brothers and sisters saying this, brothers, like I said some time ago. When you see brothers and sisters talking about the same thing, that's the Most High that's talking to his people. Truth Unedited was talking about a tribulation. Another sister, I forgot her name. She was talking about a tribulation. We're seeing something that's about to happen. And brothers, this is not that time to be half-stepping. Shalom, Brother Dave. I'm glad you was able to make it in, bro. Shabbat Shalom, rather. This is not that time. There's a lot of distraction. Now, and truthfully, the biggest distraction right now is this country. I seen a video. They said Trump put this video out, and it was a video of him flying a plane, and he was dropping human waste on certain nations and people and things of that nature. That's a distraction because what it's meant to get people upset. But at the same time, they looking at something, hey, they need this distraction as to what they're doing on the slot, on the out, on the cut. These are the things that we need to not necessarily what Trump is doing. I mean, whatever they're doing, but we got to go deeper in order to keep ourselves one step ahead of the game these people are doing. Shabbat Shalom, Sister Van P. I'm glad you was also that you was able to make it in. This stuff here, and you know what? I know one of the sisters was telling me about this movie, Mission Impossible, the last one. Brothers and sisters, I kid you not. I tried watching it like 4 or 5 times. I fell asleep on it. And now today, I said, all right, let me just see what this thing talk. And then, because I had just gotten up, boom, I'm like, all righty. This is some kind of heavy, this is some heavy stuff that they pushing out. And now we already came to the belief, you all are not, this is just not entertainment. We got to look at what's, all right, this is a strong reality. I'm not going to say all of it, but some of it is a strong reality. And they're talking about entity, or let's just say AI. That's what they're looking at. Now, there was another one, Brother Dave, you know this movie, Eagle Eye. The same thing. iRobot, same scenario, the same plot to the movie. Eagle Eye was like there was this computer. What was it? Was it Vicky or Jackie? Or was it Vicky? I forgot the name of the main drive for the computer. That was the name that they gave this one on Eagle Eye, iRobot, and then you got Mission Impossible. But if you look at them, the plot is the same. That there's going to be some type of computerized or AI takeover, where it will have people doing things for it. That was, let me see. That was Eagle Eye. That produced that movie, where it had people around here doing things. If you don't do this, I'm going, they was threatening on killing one of the ladies, her son. Now here we are in this time of the end. Nations are, they dancing around World War III. That's what they're doing. And all it takes is one little question that you need, that some people have asked AI, and they ask the question, will AI have its hand, would it take part in World War III, getting this started? And the thing said, a short answer, yes. That's what the thing said. Yes. You're looking at a world in this digital age. This digital age has not been here not long at all. When you want to compare it to the telephone. The digital age is still in its 20s. It's not old, but it's doing a whole lot of damage. It's doing a whole lot of damage. The computerized AI, digital, whatever you want to call it, can go into your checking account and wipe it clean. They're trying to take this. They're trying to take it to they no such thing as trying. They're taking it to a whole nother level, digital coin. But that's more of a controlling mechanism. That's what it is. It's a controlling mechanism that's going to dictate, if you don't do what I say do, we gonna go right back to Eagle Eye for those that seen that movie. If you don't do what I asked you to do, there gonna be some consequences. And they don't have to have, they don't have to dispatch a policeman to your residence in order for you to do this. This is where this digital age is going to. Let's just say it may be here. And when people buy cars, what's the first thing you look at? You look at the dashboard, all the little bells and whistles, and that stuff looks so good, shiny, clear. I mean, and it makes you feel like you're important. You have that whole spaceship in front of you. But that same vehicle is able to be driven, started, or whatever by someone else remote. This is the digital age. Along all of this stuff that we seeing and we getting ourselves accustomed to can be the very danger of us saying we got attracted to, or we just got ourselves hooked to it. Because it's going to be some individuals. When that time do come, when the Most High say, "Hey, I am unplugging you from the system. Let's go." You're going to have some individuals. Let's go run back and lay that back down and plug right back up. They like the captivity of a demonic system. They got accustomed to it. You look at our forefathers coming out of Egypt, they had the same issue. Only thing about it, technology. We are in that same predicament. This great tribulation is going to start. And it would appear, and then this is just by appearance from a scriptural standpoint, that in order to determine when that great tribulation starts, it seems like it's going to start when the World War III starts. Once they get that start, boom, bam, there's the start of the great tribulation, of time of severe judgment, a time of great trouble. The Most High said, if he did not cut short those days, no flesh would survive. But on account of the chosen ones, those days will be cut short. And here we are, living in a distractful world. Our people that's not woke out here doing the things. Shabbat Shalom, Sister Vicky D. I'm glad you was able to make it in, sis. This is what our people are here doing. I was just reading Jeremiah chapter 5. Woo! And for you brothers and sisters out there that that read it, you know that chapter 5 is when you're getting closer to the end of that chapter, it's shooting all the way back to Genesis 15. Now, if you read that, you be like, wow, good night. This is Israel. This is how we getting down. And the Most High came back and said, hey, you know what? Regardless, you're going to go through this here and you're going to get to this particular time. And when you call out to me, I'm going to come running. And brothers, this is just my encouragement. Read Jeremiah chapter 5. You will see that it's going to slingshot all the way back to Genesis 15 when the Most High was talking with Abraham. And he was telling him what's going to happen to his descendants in the latter time. And here we are standing up to this very day, wakening up to who we truly are. And for those that are not woke, it's going on both sides. For those that's woke, you go back into the book of Daniel. This awakening is for some, it's for life. Some has been awakened for contempt. And so this is what the Most High has out that's going on during the last days. All of this is taking place within this awakening, the Great Tribulation, starting within this awakening. This is what's happening. This is what we're witnessing right down to this very day. Now, I've seen some brothers on some of these channels, and some brothers, they really disengage themselves from the system. When I say disengage, they live off the land. They live away from technology. And don't get me wrong, brothers. I mean, I'm gonna be straight and frank with you. And that may not be easy for other individuals. And especially if you're a family or orientated person, communication is there. But that's going to be up on an individual understand as to how will he or she take that scripture and apply it for themselves. Because now the Most High did say he's going to put out that call for his people, and he's going to gather his people from the four corners of the earth. He knows that his people are in captivity. He knows the so-called laws that they have upon us. And those laws that Satan put in place, brothers and sisters, the devil is he's smart. He's smart. He knew all right. I know he gonna set up a thing for these people to get out and thing. We got to set up some laws. And that's some of the issues with us is laws. We just can't pop up and leave like a lot of brothers and sisters want to do. Because like I said a few weeks ago, they're not going to let you just go. You're the money. You are the money. Whether it's going to be a paper dollar or it's going to be digital, you're the money. The world can sit up here and front all they want. But you the money, Israel. You are the money. And they very well know. The Most High told them, hey, woe to those that rejoices over Jacob's fall. Because they know if Jacob falls, they're getting rich off of Jacob. Because, hey, Jacob is a servant. They're getting cheap labor. Oh, he walking the street, okay. We will tax him. He locked up, we getting over big time. Did he not speak about we going into slavery and some of you going into prison and things? What? This is us. This is that Jacob moment where people are coming up, gaining financial wealth, security off of our backs, worn back. This is what the world is doing right as we speak. You see Indian stores, you see Pakistanians, you see Arabs, all of them. Asian. And all of them. Oh, if you in Chicago, let me tell you something. If you live in any big city, you very well know exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't take a rocket scientist for you to understand what I'm talking about. Because yes, they're going to be in your neighborhood. The Chinese restaurant, black neighborhoods. But if they supporting that, no. But they getting rich off of you. They making the money. They making a living off of you. They're going to do that. Yeah, you may have some of them. They want to sit like and talk like they, they street, they hood, but they're not. They're not. It's a big front. But this captivity, it's coming with a cost. When you have an awakening of this magnitude, along with all of the hatred the distractions, brothers. It's like you have to literally sit down and plan, put in place of what you're going to do. Because truthfully, now they're talking about cutting off is it food stamps for in November. That's what I seen now, brothers. And truthfully, we should have known that this was going to happen. And it's a lot more that's going to happen. A few months ago, I know we was talking about, hey, how we need to be more self-sufficient. Yes, now it's just getting closer and closer of being self-sufficient. That's what it's getting to. Now it's about to be real. I heard individuals say, I'm gonna rely on the Most High. They're gonna rely on the Most High. I take it as a mockery. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I say that. These same individuals throw out more vegetables than anybody I know of, but refuse to plant a seed. But they're so confident that, hey, we got Walmart, we got a grocery store. When I say, brothers and sisters, this dependency on this system, when it comes to us, whether we're woke or still sleep, it's going to be detrimental. It is. It's going to be very difficult. But at the same time, and it just may be that this is what it's going to take to wake all of us up. That's what it seems like. Because now the Gentiles, now don't get me wrong, and there's some brothers and sisters out there that do have their farm, they have their gardens and things, but they send trouble from afar. And so they are literally hiding themselves from an impending situation. Now, if you want to see people react in a let's just call it a animalistic way, let them go hungry. Let them go hungry. When you've been accustomed to getting food, going to a shelter or a food bank, but when there's no food at a food bank, that stomach start to growl. Because trust and believe, brothers and sisters, when that time do come, these stores are so smooth, they know when to come in and get out. They'll grab everything off there, shut that store down, and one swoop, bring in all of those refrigerated trucks, load that stuff about that store, and be about their business. And who do you think is going to be the first people they're going to do this to? Israel, Jacob. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. This is something, brothers. I don't think that we need to be dancing around any longer. And this is just my encouragement. A styrofoam cup and a little dirt, play with it. I mean, we cooking every single day. Well, if you're older, mature or whatever, yeah. Kids, no, they call DoorDash, get a burger, boom. That's their thing now. But their thing is about to have a rude awakening. It's about to have a very rude awakening. You're dancing around World War III. And everybody's around, everybody knows, even the scriptures speak about it. Wars. There's always calamity that follow wars. But then when you're talking about a world war, That's a world war situation. And the only thing that's going to matter at that time is not going to be that 2026 model car or that truck. And please, if they even decide to let loose on an EMP, that truck, especially if you have a battery operated vehicle, that thing is gonna be sitting there looking good. That's the furthest it's gonna be. You ain't gonna start it. Every fuse or electronic device in that car will not be working. It will not. Now they can sit up here and say this and say that. But one thing, brothers, we have been warned by the Most High, especially with this awakening. And I can't really truthfully overemphasize this awakening, because we're seeing that this awakening is taking on, there are so many different shifts in this awakening. It is absolutely unbelievable. There was when we first started to wake up, you couldn't tell us nothing. When we first started, we started waking up. Yes. You're talking about brothers and sisters with their chest stuck out. That was us. That was us. But once the devil recognized what was going on, he had to react. He had to react. And reacted he did. Then you start having little contentions with brothers and things of that nature. So this awakening, I tell you, brothers, it's not to get downhearted with it. We got to keep on pushing forward with it. It is a glorious thing to see happen. When the Most High said that he's going to wake his people up, and he's doing it. There's no stopping that. The thing about it is, Yahushua said, those that endure to the end are the ones that will be saved. Israel, Sister Cynthia, Sister Van P. We was built for this. Brother Dave, we was built for this. Ain't nothing never came to us easy. And for a lot of us, a lot of us had it harder than the regular average black person. But everything about us has not been easy. And the Most High designed it that way. If it was easy, you would not come to appreciate what you're about to go into. There's no way you was going to appreciate it when you was born with that silver spoon in your mouth. You would not. This stuff that we're seeing is real. That shift. This is this is a major shift. Now I was watching this other brother. Now, because don't get me wrong, brothers and sisters, I'm very nervous on traveling to like California. I am. I think over there in the West Coast, I think it's just a matter of time. That's just my line of thinking. When I was in Arizona, I had my exit plan and things in that, just in case something went down. I know, all right, I got a jet. No matter what time of the day, I got to get up out here. Because there's so much activity happening on the West Coast. And truthfully, it's like people are still in the rat race. Getting up, buying houses. But hey, did not Yahushua say that they will be buying and selling and things of that nature while all of this will be going on? He said these things. He said this was going to happen. And so truthfully, brothers, it don't shock us. It does not. But at the same time, we just do not want to be caught off guard. We want to be on point. We want to be on alert to what's going on. But the world, they got to move in a certain way. You know, they got to, try to keep things still civilized as much as possible until they just like, you know what, bump it. If it's going to rain, let it rain. And one day, brothers, it's going to rain. It's going to rain. The thing about it, we just don't want to get caught up in it. Now, it's easy to read scriptures when the Most High said, let those in Judea flee because of impending danger. During this time, and don't get me wrong, I heard what's his name? Teo Ministry, he talks about it, yeah. And I'm not knocking the brother. I'm not, because truthfully, that's my mindset. But at the same time, when you're in captivity, fleeing has a price. Fleeing has a price tag to it. And the powers that be, if they decide, hey, we're gonna hold off on your passport or whatever situation may be. We have more laws that can stop us from doing what we need to do, what we want to do. But then that's when you turn around, and you turn around and you put it in the Most High's hand. Because truthfully now, if you want to talk about Jerusalem being surrounded by the Romans in 66 CE, it would appear, brothers, truthfully, here we are. We're surrounded by what? Laws. Laws and political people acting a fool, thinking they can do this, they can do that. That's what's hindering us. That's what's hindering us. Now, they can sit up here and make it like it's a big thing that they laid off a lot of black women and things that messing with the economy. Trust and believe, brothers. They're gonna have to put those black women and men back to work soon. Soon. If they wanna, continue to say, these are the people that's making the world go round. And we are the ones that's making the world go round when it comes to money. If this is what they love it, and if they think that they're going to step outside of a system, all right, granted, they say this, black people move money, 1 point so many trillion dollars a year. Okay, we're going to move over to the digital. I tell you what, if Jacob is not included in that, you ain't going to move a thing. It ain't going to happen. Already, grant, and then they go come out have the audacity to say that by the year 2050 or 2053, that black income will be zero. And I'm gonna say this, nigga, please. That's their hope. That's their hope. Because truthfully, when it's all over said and done, we don't need money. We'll move money within ourselves. They sing that. They know this. This is what they do know. They think, oh, we got them so discombobulated, they don't trust one another. They don't even understand the power of the Most High. And with this small, and I say small, awakening, affect black people to a degree, the Most High knows exactly how to maneuver things. All of the inventions got us on them. Major invention of nowadays, they still trying to figure out what? How is they doing this? They still behind. But yet and still, they still refuse to what? Bow down and say, you know what? You all are the people of the Most High. This is what this problem is about. They don't want to give up that power. Jacob's about to take a seat. And that won't be passed on over to nobody else. What do this world do best? Lie, cheat, steal, kill. That's what it does. Did you see Jacob in this the start of World War III? You don't see Jacob in them. You don't see Jacob going to a land dropping biological chemicals. You don't see Jacob going to lands and dropping diseases to wipe out a nation. You don't see him doing that. All right. You may not see, let's just say Arabs not doing that. Hey, this other people, they did that. The Arabs didn't. Let's say, or they didn't do it. Now, but the thing about what make them guilty is the fact that they jumped right on board and started making money off of Jacob. They just as guilty. They are guilty by association. When the Most High said, I'm going to judge the world. Yes, the world will be judged. That's right, Sister Cynthia. But they do not want to do it because they know who you are. It don't make sense getting into an argument with them. It does not. And especially when it comes to people as in the, they call it the Middle East. With them, they know exactly who you are. That's one thing they do. And for them to know who you are and to come into an all black neighborhood, bring in catfish and things of that nature, and they know who you are, they guilty by association, period. They'll sell it to you and things of that nature, and at the same time condemning themselves. They're going to be judged. They're going to be judged. Off the top. But we, on the other hand, truthfully, brothers, we just got to do our best to encourage our brothers to, keep on talking to your family, if it's possible, because I do know that this particular conversation of who we are, brothers, anytime you open up your mouth and you say we Israel, the devil is right there in the mix. Bam, he's there instantly. He's there because he's going to incite anger. That's what he's going to do. That cat, what is it? 2018, I don't watch him. I just heard some comments that he was making. I'm like, oh my goodness. That's the furthest I went with that. I'm like, this dude here, he's on. Nah, he's stuck in now time, and he's it's like when it comes to these preachers of Christendom, money is always going to be that root. But if money is not the root, put it to the test. And the world is about to be put to that test. That US dollar is dying by the minute. So now, would these preachers be there still preaching the same sermon? Or will they be experiencing that hardship of the tribulation, or that great tribulation rather? Will they wake up to what's really going on? Would they wake up to who they really are? That right there is going to be the determining factor when it comes to the Most High. Because trust and believe, they're going to take care of themselves and their families first and foremost. And their little bitty minds, they saying, hey, black people, we got them discombobulated. They go start fighting one another and killing one another. And once they do that, we'll come in. Hey, brothers and sisters, this is the same thing they did in Jerusalem. The Romans just surrounded Jerusalem. They locked themselves in. And then, that's the only reason they was fighting amongst themselves, because the Most High was not in the midst of Jerusalem. He was not. Now they're thinking that, hey, history is going to replay itself. Now, pimp, this is captivity. We woke. A lot of brothers and sisters went back to these laws. They start. If they're not in the laws, trust and believe, they're talking about the laws. So eventually, those laws, they start to sink in. That's what we are doing. That's what we're doing. And these laws, yeah, it's been known. Now we're saying, hey, these laws are not done away with. They're not done away with. You got certain churches now. They're turning leaves. They say, hey, wait a minute. We got a better understanding of a scripture. This is what's happening. When the Most High said he's going to wake his people up, oh, good gracious Almighty. He's waking them up. And you're right, Sister Cynthia. This is that final captivity. This is the last captivity. And this is the one that got us hemmed up right now. If I had it my way, I'd be up out of here. I have so many different traces. I mean, I know for a fact what I can live without. I know exactly what I can build, repair, or whatever the situation may be. But when we get accustomed to a system, and don't get me wrong, brothers and sisters, because I do have this same concern. Your family, you have a family, and don't nobody in their right mind want that to these terrible things to happen to their family. That's one thing. We always want to be there for our families. You may have not spoken to your family in so many years, but then when trouble happens, they come a calling. They do. And what we do, especially if you woke, family call, you go helping. And once things get the dust and settle, they go right back to the same old selfish ways. And then here you go with that exit plan again. You got to exit on out. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It happened to the Most High. So how in the world you think it's not going to happen to us? It's going to. They gonna get on that phone one day. They're gonna be crying, talking about this and talking about that, and things of that nature. And then you go there, you come there helping and things. And then, like I said, once that dust doesn't settle, they feel that they back on track. They go right back to the same old selfish ways. And they go to exit plan again. Israel did the same thing to the Most High. They went into captivity, got beat down, worn out, and cried out to the Most High. You come and grab them. After some time, they rejoicing coming out of captivity. Happy, shouting, crying, and things of that nature. Only a few years later, they right back in the same old pot. So it happened to the Most High. It's going to happen to you, brothers. And hold on. Hold on just a moment. I'm sorry. Um, what's a phone call? And I'm doing a live off of my phone. But brothers, this is this is where we at. They did it to the Most High. It's going to happen to us. It's going to. But eventually, with the Most High, he's going to be ruling with an iron rod. Ooh. Now, I never got hit with an iron rod. Now, I don't plan on getting hit with no iron rod either. So, I mean, the Most High is not going to be playing with his people at this time. With this last captivity, like what Sister Cynthia said, this is the final. Now, coming out of it, brothers, I'm telling you right now, when you look at Jeremiah, and the Most High was talking about Jerusalem prostituting herself, and then you start to look at us, the things that we're doing. Woo-wee, good night. But the Most High was saying, hey, he was telling us for years, do not mess with the nation. Do not mess with the nation. Do not do this. Do not. But he already had his game plan. He already had it already planned out. Set out, rather. I ain't gonna say planned out. Set out for his people. And as Israel started to grow, the more problems, more issues Israel got itself tied into. They start looking at everybody else. The Amorites got 26-inch rims. The Gentiles got 28s. This is what we did. We're looking at what they got. And then they got this guy, well, you don't have to do so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. Or they got a king. This is the things that got us in trouble. The Most High, alrighty. This is the trouble you're looking for. This is the trouble you're going to get. Welcome to captivity, the final captivity. Everything that our forefathers may have been through, we got all of it all at one time. This is what we got. We're about to get into this great tribulation. And it's going to be great. Yes, it is. You want to talk about some things? There's one book of the Apocryphers. It goes a whole lot. I ain't gonna say a whole lot deeper. It gets into some points of revelations of what's going to be happening. You still have a people, no matter what time it is, they still gonna be hating on you during the Great Tribulation. That's going. You want to talk about a time of not trusting people? That's going to be a time of, like the Yahushua said, the world has never experienced this. The world has never experienced this great trouble that it's about to go through. World War One, World War II, okay. The third one, that's going to be the showstopper. They're talking about, hey, we got to bring in a new system. Yeah, you go ahead and bring your new system in. Guess what? Israel will come up too. Come up and come apart from their mishandling of the world. That's what's going to happen. Partly weak, partly strong. That's where the world is going to be, because this tribulation is going to be a blow, especially to this nation, scripturally speaking. This is that time, brothers, sisters, where we need to put ourselves mentally, spiritually, and physically, if possible, separate from this world. The world is telling you what it's going to do. And I always said this a few months ago. They're going to use food. They're going to use food as a bargaining chip. They're going to do it. It's the reason why they're going to shut down, get rid of food stamps. Yeah, we know exactly what they're going to do. And we need to start putting ourselves in position. Now, what we thought, especially when it comes to young kids, I'm not going to get in no field and do so-and-so and do this and do that. Yep. Everything that people talk about, what they won't do. Brothers and sisters, they're about to be put in a position. And somebody go call them out. The world is going to call you out. Well, if you don't do it, what? We're not going to give it to you. When people say what they won't eat, brothers and sisters, all of this stuff is about to be brought up into their faces. We don't, like I said, we don't have to sit up here and worry about why the Israelites was not being obedient to the Most High. We're about to be put in that same position. We ain't sit right here and worry about that now. No. We're about to start making some decisions ourselves. It's going to determine how we're going to live, or we're going to live or die. One or the other. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. This is not that time to be half-stepping. When the world is talking about this here, Trump always talking about cutting. The United States was always spending a lot of money. There may be some truth to that. Now, let's not misunderstand. I'm not advocating for Trump at all, because truthfully, I never voted. Never voted. Not one of them ever did anything, and this is before my awakening. Never did anything for Black people. And if they did, and they, try to dress it up, they always they gave one thing, took 10 back. They never fooled me. Never. 9/11, they didn't fool me then. They were scared, but they never fooled me. Yes, Black people was their best friend, 9/11. Why? The privilege. Never seen a plane fly into a building. We didn't either. But the thing we knew in the back of our mind, that ain't for me. That right there was not for me. That was meant for you to see. And at the same time, like I said, we are very accustomed to hardship, hard times, struggling beginnings. We are accustomed to that. We climbed the mountain, got to the top, we fell all the way back down. That's us. The Most High was not going to keep us. Black Wall Street brothers, you really believe that we was going to thrive in the United States when you got the Most High said, I'm going to save my people? That would have been a very heartbreaking situation for the Most High if he would have allowed it. If Black Wall Street kept its position and that situation never happened, and the Most High says he's coming for his people, you think his people would have left? Been in that privileged position? No. The Most High, he's going to show his mighty hand. The scriptures stated, there's no one who can save Israel except for me. He has a jealous love for Israel. And we got to continue to go through what we go through, deal with what we can deal with. The Most High knows exactly, brothers, like I said a week ago, if you're dealing with a sickness, depression, you keep on giving glory to the Most High. He's going to do the rest. You do what you're supposed to do physically, whether it's medical or changing diets. Do what you're supposed to do. The Most High is going to do the rest. That's one thing he's going to do. But our lives are not, they was meant not to be easy. The world, the world was not the Most High's issue. Israel is his issue. That's who he is. That's what he is about, especially with this awakening. Now he's seeing his people looking at these laws, which they was taught that their laws were done away with. They're looking at, no, these laws are not done away with. And now you just think about it, brother, just for a moment. How the Most High is looking upon brothers and sisters that are abiding by these laws now. Now, you didn't know who you was. You did not know who you were. The Most High woke you up. And you started to abide by these laws, the feast days and things of that nature. You cannot help but believe that the Most High's heart is fluttering to see his people march back to his laws with this awakening. He just woke you up and hey, this is who you are. Brothers dived into the scriptures. What they claim they took out, the apocryphers, brothers start getting into it. Yes, the Most High's heart is overjoyed. But at the same time, there's going to be a weeding out. It's going to be a weeding out. Some brothers out here, they like the system of Satan. They love it. And the same thing happened with our forefathers. They loved the situation of Egypt. They loved what Egypt offered. Although they was made captive, they was made slaves, they didn't look at that. They was looking at the things that really truthfully didn't matter. I mean, what? Egypt is not the only place that was growing onions and leeks and things of that nature. But they kept their minds so small, so located, till they really missed the big picture. And they died in the wilderness for their lack of faith. And the same thing can happen with us. What? They come up with a grocery store and they got canned goods, canned tomatoes. All right. That's not the end of the world, brothers. It is not the end of the world. What? Yeah, you might have to get into your yard or whatever and fertilize some dirt and grow your own stuff or whatever the situation may be. But that's how it all started. And it is still going the same route. The only thing that's different about it, they want to control how food is grown. That's what this world wants to do. They want to control your food source. When in essence, all we have to do is step out and do the same thing. Grow your own food. But they seeing that, hey, they're not going to put in that effort. They're hoping that you don't put in that effort. And if you don't put that effort in, yes, you will succumb back to captivity. That's what it's going to boil down to being. You go have to go back because hey, you refuse to grow it. So you just really truthfully forfeited your whole soul because, you just didn't want to take out time to be self-sufficient. Because the Most High, brothers, when it's all over said and done, the Most High he's going to stand as the only creator, period. He tells us, choose life so that you continue to live. That's what he's asking us. That's what he's pleading with us to do his will with this awakening. That's all he is asking. He has a desire not to destroy no one. He has a desire not to destroy no one. And when it comes to that, and how the Most High is really pleading and giving time to individuals to make these changes, the Most High knows that heart. He knows that heart. He knows what that heart wants. All you got to do is open up your mouth, and your mouth is going to either going to glorify yourself, or it's going to condemn you, because you're going to speak what's in your heart when it's all over said and done. If you all about this system, bling blinging, yeah, you go speak about these things. You go speak them. You go speak on them. You go be about them. And a sad thing about it is, for those that are about this system, you're going to die with it, because you're not going to love the devil and thinking you're going to be living a godly life. You're already looking at the churches. What? The church is they're so flaky. You got people walking away from churches now. You got people saying, I do not do organized religion. They not woke, but they seeing what's going on. They seeing what they was accustomed to. And it's like, no, I don't want no parts of that. They said they look at, hey, you mocking the Most High. And that's what the world has been doing. Healing, they walking around talking about they laying hands on people and everything. Brothers and sisters, they mocking the Most High. But now, when that healing do start, what the Most High spoke about, oh, now you're on a whole different plateau. That's going to be a major shift amongst the Most High's people. Period. But religion, brothers, please, religion is going to have a major crash. Biblically, it's going to have a major crash. What was that? What was that dude's name? This letter. But in the letter was Albert Pike. I read that letter, and it was talking about the clashing of Islam and Christianity and things of that nature, and then how Satan, Lucifer, or Hashatan is going to come out and putting himself on high. Truthfully, brothers, that's right. It's like right in front of our face. It's like the devil, he's one step from showing himself. That's what it appears. Looking at world events, how people get about, how people move about, how people act. This is what I'm seeing. And so when the Most High say come out of her, he means come out of her. And now, brothers and sisters, let's not misunderstand this. Now, I'm not sitting up and saying that get your things and leave. Because coming out, Truthfully, brothers, I take it in both ways. I take it in a spiritual sense and I take it as a physical. I do. But when you distance yourself, and you'll be surprised how we are caught up in this system, brothers. And some of us is caught up in the system due to medical issues. In order for you to keep living, you got to take this particular type of medicine. They got everything about you in that computer. If you ever went to a hospital, brothers, if you ever went to the hospital, they know your religion. They know your religion. If you have a cell phone, you in the system. A social security number, you in the system. A credit card, bank card, you in the system. When people say, they go like leave the world, those that's really about that lifestyle, no, they do not exist digitally or even on paper. Those that do, because when they say they left the world, they left the world. Now, this is the thing. They say they left the world. And I'm talking about people that live in all the mountains and things of that nature. But when you show up on TV, you're right back in the world. You done just reconnected. I don't care how much you be out there hunting for rabbits and things of that nature. You just got yourself hooked back up to the system. But when it comes to the Most High, there's no rehooking. There's no rehooking of a system. If you go be real about the Most High, no, you're not doing that. You're not trying to be in front of a camera to show the world how you are living. That's entertainment. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that, Brother Dave. That driver's license. That driver's license also will tell you whether you're a medical donor and all that. You're in the system. When Yahushua said that he was going back to the Most High to pray that he watches over his people, brothers and sisters, you can really come to appreciate who Yahushua going back to the Most High and praying to watch over us. Now we understand this is an absolute. We are encircled not just by the Gentiles in the world, and then out on the outer skirts, you still have Hashatan and his demons. This is who we are surrounded by. We're surrounded by the nations, and then we're surrounded by spiritual entities. And this is the reason why we need to be praying constantly. When Yahushua said, no, talk to the Most High each and every day. Yes, we need to do that. That is like an absolute must, especially with this awakening. We done woke up and the world got pissed. The devil said all these Negroes done woke up. Because now he knows these people are about to come into, they're about to come into some things. They're going to be telling me what to do. Yes, he's absolutely upset, deeply troubled. He's seeing he's about to go into an inactivity. He's about to go into an abyss for 1,000 years, one whole day in the Most High's eyes. One whole day. He's about to go into an abyss. Now, mind you, brothers, right now, the devil has who? The nations. But when he go into that abyss, they don't have him no more. They do not have the power of Satan. Oh, somebody's about to get hemmed up. Some nations, a lot of them, about to get hemmed up. When everything about them was led or incited by the devil, and they don't have his power no more. Yeah, because after the 1,000 years, the scriptures clearly states that he will be let loose for a little while, and he will go to the four corners of the earth where we will not be any longer, to come up for this last and final battle. Hold on, sister. Let me read that, sister. I was just talking to my sister who works at DMV. If you don't have a federal ID, what? Hold on, sister. Wait a minute. Hold on. What? You know what, sister? You know what, Sister Van P? Who was that? Somebody was telling me that. Then they told me, I don't know how true this is. They said, but you got a passport. They said if you have a passport, that'll work. And so I mean, I left things alone. I mean, I got a passport, but sis, this stuff would leave you mentally just discombobulated. They're thinking they're putting things in place, and they're thinking they got things laid down. They're thinking they got everything. They got all of their ducks in order. That's what they're thinking. And if you don't have one of these IDs, they don't consider you a U.S. citizen. Ain't that about a trip? Okay. And I'm just trying to figure out something. I'm not trying to figure nothing out. But these are the same people that came and stole land from other people. They stole this land. Everything that they have right down to this very day has been stolen. Wait a minute, hold on, sister. A regular driver's license doesn't prove that you are not. Sister Van P, are you joking me? When they ask me for my ID, that's the only thing I always pull out. Well, ain't that about a trip? I mean, whatever they're attempting to do, truthfully, it's like they're picking a whole lot of fights, and you ain't got the manpower for it. They feel, hey, I'm privileged, I can say this, I can do this and that thing, and their privileged position is about to get them absolutely hemmed up. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a nation, I'm seeing a people walking in, getting themselves absolutely hemmed up. Shabbat shalom, Brother Kenneth. That's what I'm seeing. Wait a minute, but Sister Man, anybody? All right. Wow, I mean, okay. The world is getting them. This beast system, truthfully, it seems like they want to dictate how this system come into play. But it seems like there's only one way that this beast system is going to come in. Because everybody's not playing on the same playing field. That's what it seems. And it seems that in order to get everybody on the same platform, We got to the world got to bring in absolute upheaval. And like the world say, only the strong survive. All righty, let's go right back to what Yahushua was saying. Those that endure to the end are the ones that'll be saved. The world is already showing us what's about to happen. When they come to these these little zombie movies and these little tribulation type like movies that they're showing. And if you pay attention to these movies and these sitcoms and things, you don't see a lot of blacks in that. You see a lot of whites. Hey, it's power in the tongue. It's power in the tongue. They're dictating a lifestyle for a particular people. And it's already been, hey, it's out there. It's happening. Now, what Trump doing, yeah, he in all these cities and he going to these black neighborhoods. Well, let's go black and brown. Well, and Dave, you could tell me is that Pennsylvania or all those? Is it Pennsylvania or is that Oregon, Portland, Oregon? Have all those drug addicts on the street. Why don't they go there? I got you, Sister Vamp. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. You know, because you stayed. I'm not telling anyone to do this. I'm just letting you know what the federal DMV in Texas is doing. And sister, that sounds like Texas is trying to break off and say, hey, we're going to do our own things outside of the United States. And I just I would not put it past Texas. I mean, don't get me wrong, Texas is they building up some stuff out there in Texas, because I was out there like 2 weeks ago. I was out there for like almost 2 months doing work. And I'm just like, man, they doing a whole lot in Texas. And I would not be surprised, and break off, say, hey, we, only one. This Philadelphia. Okay, brother Dave. Philadelphia got those drug addicts walking the street. Why is it that ICE is not out there? They already iced. What? Go out there and clean it up. But they're not doing that. They're going in and walking in with a false sense of power. And I say false sense because no, everybody in that mother know, no, you're wrong for what you're doing. If you really want to talk about right and wrong, if you're going to talk about right and wrong, you got to go back to your beginnings. You came in talking about Christopher Columbus found something. He ain't found nothing. The only thing he found, well, he knew he was sick, and he passed on disease, syphilis, to the natives. Almost took Hawaii out. They was dying from syphilis like, whoo. That's the only thing they brought in domination. Brothers, these last days, let us not get ourselves so, although we may have been born here and things of that nature, but when it comes to scriptural back in the Bible, Torah, let us hold on to that more so. With the warnings that we do get from the world, we need to start moving opposite of the world. If we have knowledge, we've been given knowledge. Hey, this medicine has this in it and that in it. Brothers, it's time for us to really take to heart as to what we need to do. We can't be saying, well, I know it got fluoride in it. If you know it got fluoride in it and you know what fluoride does to your body, you really need to be proactive. and putting yourself in a position where you don't have to be putting fluoride in your body. Yeah, they got us accustomed to making us feel that we can't do some things. We can do anything we want to, but it's the time that it will take to do it that can be a hindrance for us. It's the time. Wait a minute, hold on, sister. Sister Van P, hold on. Wait a minute. Anyone CDLs? Wait a minute, I have CDLs. Oh, they just hold on, they just started that. Okay. They just started that. Since I hit a button by mistake and it posted your information. Ain't that something? Wow. I mean, it seemed like they making some changes. Okay. Okay. I tell you. Well, brothers, this is my encouragement. I was not gonna be on long because I'm trying to get some information out for tomorrow. There's some videos that I'm trying to line up for tomorrow's discussion. I'm just want to make sure it's lined up to everything. It's lined up. I ain't got to be trying to figure out how to do this. So I got to play with it today in order to have it in order for tomorrow. But my encouragement is this. It's the federal real ID system. Brothers, woo-wee. Is this the birth? Is this the birthing? Or is this the why do we just call it a birthing of a beast system now? Because it seems like it to me. And I say, although we're in captivity, let's not think like we're captives. Let's not hold on to captivity, because the day is going to come. That day is going to come when the Most High is going to, he's going to put that banner out. Israel, get your stuff together and let's go. That's what's going to happen. There wouldn't be no ifs, ands, and no buts about it. No, it wouldn't. That's one thing. It's not going to be. But it's going to be that hook that some of us have for this system. That's the one that's going to determine whether you're going to live or die. And it's going to be a choice. And that's the thing I'm looking at, brothers. Let's not get accustomed. We are accustomed to it, but let's start unhinging ourselves from these things. Of course, when the time comes, well, you know what, Brother Dave, and I believe that too. I think we already in the beast system. I think that beast is about to get more ferocious. That's what I'm thinking. That's my mindset. It's about to get a whole lot more ferocious, more beast-like than ever before. And it seemed like it's starting already. It started. Now, the digital, it just had to get started. And like I said, brother, I think that digital, was it 2000? I think it was 2000. No, it wasn't in the 90s. I don't think it was in the 90s. I think it was the 2000 when they you had to convert. If you had an analog TV, you had to go to the store and buy a converter box. That was the start of the digital. Shabbat Shalom, Brother Robert. I'm glad you was able to make it in, brother. And so, I mean, with that start of the digital, let's just say, what is it? What's it? Let's just say 2000 was, oh, Y2K, 1999. Yeah. Let's just say 2000, and you come up to now. So, like I said, brother, they're still in their 20s, 25 years old. The digital world. Let's just go with 2000. 25 years old. That's young and doing things. Everything is on the internet now. Everything. I mean, you want to watch a movie? DVDs? Man, please. DVDs came in and went right out. DVDs only lasted, I would say, a good 10 years or less. Or less. I remember when they first came out with DVDs, you had to plug you had to plug from the DVD player, you had to plug the DVD player into your phone line, and you would still buy the movie, and they were charging you for watching the movie if you plugged that. And I'm like, man, this don't make sense. Why would I buy a movie, plug it in so they can charge me for watching the movie, and I'm paid for the movie? I got hip to that right there on the spot. I never plugged it up. But when you plug it up, all that bill came down. But then they got rid of that so quick it wasn't even funny. But then here come the digital. The digital world came in. All right, you don't have to have a DVD no more. You don't have to have a CD to listen to music anymore. You just need an internet connection. They broke it all down, brothers. You're talking about, like I said, within from 2000 up to right now. And now here they talking about open up some portals. Good night. Shabbat Shalom, Sister Angela. I'm glad you was able to make it in, sis. This is what we're talking about. This is what the world talking about, rather. These portals, demonic entities and things of that nature. Brother, this is one time with this awakening. We have to be on guard. We have to be spiritually, mentally, and physically on guard. And truthfully, if you think fasting nowadays is easy, yeah, start looking into the fasting now. You gonna see the devil, he's gonna come up on you when you fast, because everybody knows if you're fasting, that's a conversation you and the Most High is having. Start fasting if you think I'm joking. See what happens to you. You're gonna start to feel, wait a minute, you will find yourself, you just like, well, I'm feeling kind of woozy. And now you're accustomed to fasting, it ain't like this is your first rodeo. But now you're gonna start feeling a certain way. Oh, because he knows the strength that you have when you start communicating with the Most High by means of fasting. And I'm not talking about no 24-hour fast. I'm talking about from sunrise to sunset. You upsetting the devil. If you think I'm joking, brothers and sisters, I done talk to other brothers and sisters. They're saying, hey man, I went into, I'm accustomed to fasting, man. And the brother was saying, man, Mike, I got kind of sick. I'm like, dude, what do? What, you eat some bad food? He said, Mike, what food I'm eating when I'm fasting? I'm like, shoot, man, you must have snuck up and ate something. But he said he didn't. And then I did the same thing. Talked to another sister. She said, she did a fast and she got sick. Fasting is not, and this sister here, no, She practiced fasting. The devil knows the conversation nowadays when you're fasting with the fasting and you're talking with the Most High, they're a whole lot more serious than before. Shabbat shalom, Brother Earl. I'm glad you was able to make it in, brother. I'm glad to see you here today. But this is what's happening, brothers. Be mindful of what's going on. Be mindful of your surroundings. These days, in the times, they're not going to be pleasant for us. They're not. They're meant to discourage us off the top. And the devil is going to use your family off the top. That's the one that can bring in that resentment. He wants you resentful. He wants you upset. He wants you angry. That's what he wants. But brothers and sisters, we got to continue to put up a fight. We got to. If we don't, hey, we will not be those ones that endure to the end. That's the thing that we want to do, is continue to endure. And I know, brothers, you get tired, you get frustrated. You're looking at why is it you like the only one that get out of everybody in the crowd, you the one who get slapped around. Because the devil knows there's something about you that he wants you to break down and do something. Because there's something in you that the Most High is eventually going to use. You're going to be that person. And if you are that person, just know you holding on to something. And the Most High has chosen you to hold it. Do it, so be it. That's what we're supposed to do. This is what we are encouraged to do, is to bear the burden of some of our brothers and sisters. But hey, we're not, the scriptures is not talking about no lazy person either now. And I'm about to go bear your yoke and you being lazy. You got to carry your own yoke now. But this is where we stand, brothers. And this is just my encouragement. Through all of the depressed times, the depression, brothers and sisters that's battling that, and I didn't talk to some brothers that depressed, and they very well off, monetarily, that is speaking. Money don't bring happiness, brothers. It does not. It does not bring it in. You can have a big house and all that stuff. People are breaking down on these material items. They breaking down to small homes. Nice looking home, but they small. Like the Most High said, the scene of the world is changing. The world is getting tired of the same old songs. The world is getting tired of the same old TV, movies, shows. The Most High said it's going to happen. The darkness shall give way to the light. The world is going to be begging for us to stand up. This is what's happening. The darkness has overshadowed them. They're tired of the dark. They want to see some sun. They want to be able to see or to live. But they ain't got to be part of a rat race. This is a rat race. Because when there's one person in that household who's bringing in all that money, usually that'd be the first one to die. He's worn out. He's the one who's bringing him in, he or she. And they run into more issues than anybody ever. So no, money does not bring in happiness. It brings in a short lifespan. That's what it does. But when you take money and you are well off, but don't nobody know it. See, the trickery to this system is this. People get money and they want the world to know. And I'm going to tell you this here. And this not to knock our people down. We're the first ones to do it. We can be broke as a joke. And you know what? Let me fall back. Let me go to an event. I was repairing some speakers in Walmart. I'm doing a job there, running some cable, repairing some of their broken speakers. So this sister was talking about she wanted to go buy this expensive bracelet. The bracelet costs, and it's a certain name to this bracelet. And I know it's this jewelry store, they make them. But this bracelet, it costs like $700 for one charm. It's a charm, and you can buy different charms for this thing. I forgot the name of it. But anyway, she was talking about she wanted to go buy that girl, and she's talking about she was going to the party and she go have a chain on and things of that nature. We'll walk into a party with all type of expensive clothes on and be broke as all get out. Have enough money to get a beer. We're walking out, we rich. We'll throw some rims on a vehicle because we wants to be seen. We wants to be noticed. This is what, and don't get me, I'm not saying that we the only people that does that. But when you want to be noticed, trust and believe, you're going to get noticed. You're going to get noticed. You pulling up each and every day to your house, your nice looking car, and you already know that the system is under attack and is attacking people's finances. But you living like there's no worry in the world, you're going to get hemmed up. When it hits the fan and people are under the assumption you got money. If you got money and we hungry, we coming to you. Brothers and sisters, this is not that time for you to be shining. This is not that time. This is that time. What did the Most High say about that? He said that one means a flashy, what is the scripture? Means a person means, what did the scripture say? The gist of the scripture was that when you showing off in front of the world, it does not originate with the Most High. It originates with the world. That's what he was saying. And don't get me wrong, brother. I'm not saying you can't go out here and get no rims from your vehicle or whatever situation may be. I'm not saying that. Because I know a brother, they're like, man, I don't want to get rid of this truck. It's a decent truck. I just want to do something different to it. Boom. I get it. I think it's the spirit that we display that brings in a demonic undertone or overtone. And I think that's the thing that we need to be looking out for, because what? I mean, the same thing happened with people in a physical sense. I'm gonna give you this one here. Incognito. Yeah, you gotta be. You're gonna have to be it, because it's going to get to a point where if you're giving off the sense that you got it together, trust and believe, you're gonna have some people that's going to come up on you. If they feel that this is the energy you putting out, and trust and believe, they gonna come up on you. They going to come up on you. You don't think these people in these affluent neighborhoods, you don't think they getting gated off and having security just for trying to put up some appearance? No, they putting themselves together because they know it's about to happen. That's what they're doing. They're getting themselves positioned and putting themselves in a protective situation. That's what they're doing. We're not doing that. That's one thing we're not doing. And unfortunately, brothers, and just reading Jeremiah and how the Most High was talking about how Jerusalem has prostituted herself, I stopped looking, going through my Facebook. I don't too much go through it, but when I do go through it, these little clips of our sisters, brothers and sisters in Africa. And then there was a thing that they were showing. The girl told me, I may be ugly, but I got a body. And she took a little gown or whatever and wrapped her body up to show her the shape of her body. This was happening with us. Our sisters are portrayed as hoes. This is what the world is portraying our sisters as in this time of the end. And it's not a good look, because when the Most High stands, all of this is going to be brought up as a judgment, period. It's not a good look. It is not a good look. Although these things was a lot of things about us was prophesied, but one thing about prophecy, brothers, you have a choice. You have a choice whether you want to be on the right hand of a prophecy, or you go be on the left hand of a prophecy. And it's all going to boil down to a choice. When the Most High said, those that endure to the end are the one to be saved. So that's going to be a choice. It's going to be a choice. When it's all over, said and done, it's going to be a choice. Now, with certain individuals, especially little kids, been put in a compromising position, the Most High knows exactly who he's dealing with and how he's going to deal with individuals. And I'm talking about Israel. Because you got some out there who Jeremiah chapter 5. Go in there and read it. You're gonna see what the Most High talking about those individuals. The ones that know that they're doing bad. That's one thing about it. He said they know they're doing bad. And he was talking about Israel. Now, if you take from Jeremiah's time and you bring that up to right down to this very day, you cannot help but to say, oh yeah, this is us. This is what's going on with us. But brothers and sisters, this is just my encouragement. Stay real to this awakening. Stay real to this awakening. There's a lot of things that's going to happen with this and within this awakening. We got to continue to carry our yoke. Keep our head on a swivel. Watch how we living and how we portraying our lifestyle to individuals. They don't need to know you got $1 million in your pocket. It ain't none of their business. Keep it to yourself. That's what we should be doing. And at the same time, brothers, maintaining your faith. Pray for your brothers. Pray for your brothers. Brothers, I'm telling you, there's power in the tongue. We know the negative side of it. We've seen it. We felt it. We dealt with it. We suffered from it. Oh, especially the 90s. Yes, we know the negative of the tongue. Now, let's just take that positive side and start applying it right as we speak. When it comes to our brothers and sisters, praying for our brothers and sisters relentlessly. Even ones that may be in the world, pray for them. We all going to need it. And brothers and sisters, like I said, tomorrow, y'all willing? I'm trying to put these clips together, and I hope to be back with you, brothers and sisters, tomorrow. Until then, you all be safe out there. Keep your head on the swivel. Walk on water. Shalom.